And breaking news, we are now joined by Chet You Betcha. Oh, the feed is broken, guys. Give us 1 second. And Chet You Betcha coming at you live. We are here tonight. We are going to be talking to the voices behind the very titans you hear every Monday night, guys. This is a very interesting segment. I loved the first one, and this second one is looking already to be a great night, guys. So without further ado, we're going to get right in this in just 1 second. But first, this is the multiverse. All right, guys, I am back. I am your Padawan Frito, as always, joining by the Midnight, Anthony, and John. How are we doing tonight, guys?
Doing pretty good.
Doing good.
Wonderful. I like how three of us have hats on. They're all backwards, and one of us does not. But
with long flowing curls like these guys, you can't.
There you go.
Can't.
See that right there? That's the benefit, ladies and gentlemen, of being Puerto Rican. That right there.
This is very true. This is very true, guys. And I mean, I just have to say, to start this off, I appreciate you guys so much for doing this league. It has been so much fucking fun just being there, watching every moment with you guys, the creativity, the banter, every moment in between, guys. Like, I just got to say thank you all. And I mean, what do you guys really think so far of the season itself?
Well, if I had to sum the season up in just one particular sound, I would say it is on fire, bro. Season on fire.
As he said, that girl is on fire.
Nah, it's incredible, man. I appreciate the invite to join this league, and so far, I mean, I'm 1-1. You know what I'm saying? I've won one against John and lost one against Josh. So it's a you know, as you have me on here, I'm 1-1 against these fellas, but as we know, the season still continues to go on. So see what the future holds.
Definitely. And you know, even though I lost my first game against Anthony and everything, it was a tough match. It was a good match. It was our first warm-up match. Right. We didn't know really what to expect out of that warm-up match that we had. But still, it was a fun match altogether. And it was like I said, the back and forth between the both of us and stuff like that. It was a tough down in the middle, unlike Mo. Mo was actually pretty much good with two-hand touch football. And, you know, I think that even my son could actually beat him in football. But still, that's another story. But anyways, we're not here to trash talk. We're here to stay classy. So, but no, what I wanted to say was this, though, was I like the fact that we were able to be in this league and to be able to be united together to be able to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of my favorite things is being able to do this kind of game with you guys. And it's for fun. It's to get us to all basically doing something different and out of the normal.
I mean, Josh, what about you, man? How are you feeling so far with everything?
Well, I mean, these two gentlemen, these two Lord Commanders of their respective divisions, they hit the nail on the head accordingly. I mean, we come together. I see the background changing. It's the Matrix, and we're in it.
You had to go with that one, too.
I tell you, I mean, and it worked perfectly. See, the thing is, what I love about this is that we do what the Avengers couldn't do. We stick together. There is no division here, only one caused by, and I know, you know, I just got to say this one thing. There's a Mr. Kennedy somewhere in this league that just will not stop jawing at the bit, but it doesn't matter. What matters is this. You have brought together a group of remarkable people to come together for one purpose, to have fun and to fight the battles that these earthlings could not face. And yet we seek to expand, to get more people to join our cause. Why? Because of the fun that we have here. You know, I know John has tried to get me on for the Last of Us episodes and reviews, so I hadn't been able to meet Anthony then. So finally being able to meet him toe-to-toe when we were going at it, It was like really the first time we had met, and it's like, no, this guy's great.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When did we do
I think that was like
because that's what we. When did we do reviews together?
Like because like I wasn't on for the Last of Us ones, but Anthony was always there. But I always tuned in.
I got you.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that this was the first time you and John or you and Anthony were actually meeting up.
That was like the first of it. Yeah, it was
the match. Yeah, it was great.
I mean, that's a lie. It was the draft.
But
like,
like this is what actually finally got you guys.
That's awesome. He's great. John, he's been like literally been like a Jedi Master to me on this YouTube journey and podcasting and everything. So he's a brother, and that's what I love about this: forming a brotherhood, forming a family. Throughout what we've done with Multiverse, what we've done with the Benverse, here with Titans of the Turf, it's great, man. Seriously.
And I mean, when Don and I came up with this idea from the little, like, because literally the whole conception of this was Joe mentioned one time doing a draft for fantasy characters. My ass went home, got a little too high,
and it was immaculate.
What if they could actually meet on the turf, man?
Yeah.
Like just to see the progression of it and your guys' like love of it has been amazing. Like Josh, you were there from like some of the very first talkings of this, like from seeing it start from that to where it is right now. Like, what do you honestly think of the progression of it?
I think I was the first one you told, honestly. And I was like, all right, I dig the idea. Just explain it to me. You said it was like Dungeons and Dragons. I had never played it. But I was very intrigued by it. And once I got the hang of it, I said, my God, the Spinosaurus is going to cause so much damage.
Oh, my God.
But I love every last second of it. And I'm really proud of you guys cultivating it. You took the time to do it. You set things up the way they needed to be. And, it's been flowing. It works. I think it is something that, people catch on to it. It will take the world by storm, and I know a thing or two about storms. I conjure them for a living. But no, man, I really love this, and getting all these guys involved, it's been great, seriously.
And I'm sure because like I'm newer to the channel, like us coming at you with this crazy ass idea. What the hell did you guys think of it at first? Like honestly.
Well, I met. Obviously, I already knew John, but I met Don through the Last of Us episode reactions, and then he, obviously, like when you do something like that, and you sort of get on a stream with people that you don't know. Once the stream is over with, you're doing some investigation work. Like you're looking out, you're looking for the people's channels. You want to subscribe and follow and things, and so like Don had seen that I have a show. That's literally during football season. It starts in September. It ends in February. It's called Instant Replay. And we talk about football, both collegiate and professional for those months. And it's
hell yeah.
It's a long season, obviously, because football season is long. But he saw that I like that, and he saw that, you could just look at whatever I have at any given moment behind me that I am I'm a fucking nerd and a geek. And that's just what it is. It's just what it is. And so he hit me up and he said, yo, we're doing this thing, man. He sort of explained it, but I got the gist of it because it's probably because I am a fucking nerd. It's just like I sort of caught on. I was like, yeah, I'll be. And so I met up for the first the meeting that I was on with you guys where we did like a little test run and things of that nature. And then the draft and stuff. And I was like, yo, this is fire. And I actually I never have the little thing at the bottom of your name on StreamYard where it says roar. And so like when I did a show that I've been doing for probably I'm a part of a group called Four Nerds, and we do a show every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. And so last night we were doing the show and I didn't change it. They were like, yo, what's up with the roar? And I was like, oh, yo, let me tell you, it's Titans of the Turf. And I explained it to them a little bit. So, when it comes to next season, I'm sure that's you guys' hope that we have more people get involved.
Yeah, 100%.
But they were like, oh, okay. And they were interested in it, whatever. But no, I appreciate the invite. I will be forever appreciative of that, and it's fun, man. Like just the absolute. I think I've never been sort of a trash talker in my life, but I do like the banter that goes on between the teams, especially when you're talking about the players that you're drafting are like characters who literally don't exist.
Yeah,
right.
And so that's what makes it so much of a sort of a fun thing. And and I will be here for Josh. I love the shit he gave me from draft day up until now about drafting the bloater. That shit. I hope that probably will continue for the until it's time to draft players again.
Oh, for sure.
Hey,
sure.
I know.
Until Josh gets that bloater on his
yeah.
God damn you, Anthony.
I think it's cool. In the first match between me and John, where with Cartman, man, that's some of the funniest shit that
in the other interview. That was another thing, John. Your Cartman has been received. It is awesome.
Yes,
it is so funny. Everyone is loving that thing.
Yes, it's incredible, and I that's the kind of shit though. But you understand what I'm saying? Like overall, this entire I don't know what kind of ordeal. This entire experience has been sort of we're starting something new that you guys have created, and we're hoping that people tag along over the next whatever period of time, however long you guys want to do this. But
John and I have agreed that we will not stop doing, even if it just ends up being me and him doing this. This will never end. I will forever be playing this game that I created. I swear to God,
like Stranger Things in the basement.
Only with 2 people, nobody else.
But overall, I think the experience of this entire thing is it's dope, man. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope, and I
don't make me grab my dice. I got the real one, guys. I am a true nerd.
My ex-fiance has mine, unfortunately.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your dice back.
The gates to get those back.
Of course.
Are they in a dice bag? Because we love dice in a dice bag.
No problem. We'll get them for you. We'll storm the black gates.
Yes. I named the dice rinser from 9 Inch Nails but yeah.
Wow.
That's fucking great.
Was Isildur involved in the theft of your dice?
No, but an overweight gingerbread person was.
Oh my God. Mungo. That's crazy.
Oh my God. Okay. But no, but I'm broke. But no, seriously, the stuff that you guys brought to the table whenever you presented it to me as well, I'm like, okay, I played Dungeons and Dragons before. I loved it. And then when you thought of the idea of putting it into a football format mixed in with fantasy characters that don't exist, like Anthony said, I was on board because number one, it brought me back to loving Dungeons and Dragons again, to wanting to play Dungeons and Dragons again. And this is a new format for me to be able to play Dungeons and Dragons in a kind of a football kind of element. And I love football. So it goes hand in hand on both levels for me. And I really enjoy it. Now, as far and Anthony and I, we've worked together before whenever we did our top 10 show and stuff like that when we were first starting out, whenever I was first starting off with my show, and I'll never forget, and I do appreciate you doing that. But yeah, shit talking for me has never been the type of person that I am. But whenever I have and Anthony is great at what he does, like the little simple stuff that he does. He goes, "Oh yeah, and I'll be back." Those kind of things. That was actually perfect because here's the thing: you and I are friends, so it's actually hard to do it against people we know. But whenever it comes down to people we don't know, like the person that he who should not be named right now,
the boys known as Voldemort.
Oh my God!
Because I don't know him from a hole in the wall or anything like that, so I figured just like being in prison, you have to take the biggest and baddest dude out. So therefore, I need to go after him before he goes after me.
And so I just also commending you in the other interview, saying how much you've opened up in this really, and I've actually started being more outspoken and actually gotten a voice through this, and it's been great to see.
Thank you, because normally whenever I'm in a large crowd, if you ever watched the all-night taco stand that Taco did, I was quiet because of the fact that everybody was talking over each other, and it's actually hard for me to talk. So therefore, when I'm actually doing my show, I'm actually easy to talk to because of the fact that I'm letting everybody else have their time to talk, and then after that I talk, and that's just the way my format is. But it doesn't mean that's if just because somebody else is doing it differently doesn't mean that they're doing it wrong. That's just the way they're doing it. And I just had to figure out a way to where I can bring myself out to where I can be a voice, and this actually helped me be a lot more open to people and everything too, to where I'm actually more outspoken now compared to where I was before. So that's awesome. Something I'm really thanks, because this is all about mental health though too for me, because of the fact because at work I used to be like the most quietest person at work. I was like Shelton Cooper. Someone was sitting next to me, sitting across from me at a Christmas party. I would get up and go to my office because of the fact that I didn't know what to talk to. This person was an IT tech. What am I going to talk to him about?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go. My boss is like, we just got here. I said, I know, but I'm going to get my food and go. So, but now they can't get me to shut up. Ever since I did the podcast, started my podcast and stuff like that, now they wish that I would shut up. But but let me tell you about how I first started doing the Cartman stuff. Back in high school, I had this one kid that was like, he knew I could do it. He's like, come on, dude, do the Cartman impression. No, I don't want to do. No. At first I went,
do the roar.
Well, first I did this. No, I don't want to do the Cartman impression. I don't feel like doing it today. And I'm playing a bit. He doesn't know I'm playing it. But he goes, come on, man. I told everybody you can do the Cartman impression. No, I don't want to do the Cartman impression. I'm trying to do my homework. I'm trying to do what I have to do. I have to do the bell work. Then I have Mr. Hollingsworth over here wanting me to do something else. So I don't have time for that. I don't have time to do a Cartman impression for you. I'm not a clown. And then he goes, come on, man. He goes, no, I don't feel like doing the fucking Cartman impression. Take my pass. And then next thing you know, I get sent into the principal's office.
That's great.
And I was like, and Mr. Bailey just looks at me and goes, you know what you did? I said, I talked.
I exercised my First Amendment rights.
It's like literally the scene from the Cartman, what the fuck?
Right? But, this is what I like, though, is I got to formulate friendships with other people, though, too, outside of my community and bringing those communities into my community now and doing shows with everybody. Because it's all about networking. It's all about getting to know people and doing stuff. Because if you're just doing it by yourself, it's no fun to just, because basically I ended up saying this on my first episode. I said, I'm just talking to myself right now. I don't have an audience. I don't have anybody with me. So I'm just talking to myself, and hopefully somebody will like it. So, and I'm also answering myself back, but still.
Been there, man. Been there.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, I'm just hoping that somebody would actually. So, me sharing doing this and everything is just fantastic. It brought me more out to the open with stuff.
Nice.
I mean, when we created this, we didn't think of any of that, but like learning that you and Josh, Anthony and Josh, had actually like finally met through this, like it, to be able to bring communities together like that, because especially it's like it's a niche between, like you said, D&D, fantasy, football. You can connect so much with this. If people can just like learn the game, you can have all types of people. Like we have Tom Cruise on the league. We have fucking Tom Cruise. Like I already said, Tom Cruise. Tom Brady. That is what I meant to say. Meant to say Tom Brady. There's too many Toms. But I mean,
and
like
Forrest Gump. But yeah,
Forrest Gump. Like just some of the picks that you guys have made has been insane. But like I said, just to bring these communities together has been fucking amazing to do, and like just beautiful, like honestly.
I do have something to say though. I am gonna probably do a bit coming up after once we get done with Easter and stuff, but I'm gonna be talking about someone that wants to join my team but he can't join right now, but he's a great water person. He's a great water boy. It's Bobby Booty. My mama said. My mama said.
Water sucks. It really
So Bobby Boucher sitting out there on the free agent market right now, and you're about to go, okay, I got you.
Yeah. He's giving me calls right now. Denzel's not
happy with that one.
But yeah, Coach Klein said that I could join the team of Misfits. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna join the Coach Klein said I could. Look, Bobby, you need to be quiet right now.
And like, that's another thing. Like,
over here. Hey, Mr. Boucher, can I get some water? Because I need some H2O. No, my mom, you're stuttering, motherfucker. You need to go ahead.
Oh my God, Bobby and Carmen going back and forth with me.
I like it.
That would be so funny.
Yeah.
But like, just the creativity that you guys have all shown, like through your picks, all the way to the plays you've been making every time. Like how do you guys feel about the creativity that has been going on? Like the plays some of the people making. Like what favorite picks maybe?
Well, I would say that I really do like the creativity that we've had here. Especially last match. And I think not that Soda was a great opponent, don't get me wrong. I think just I know that Ant played football. I know. I don't know what position. I'm just gonna guess linebacker.
Me?
Yeah. No.
You talking about me?
Yeah. We were safety.
No. I was when I played the house. I was a wide receiver.
I respect that.
You had the heat, son.
I'm telling you,
beating people off the line.
That's dope.
Safety / wide receiver. But yeah, you got it pretty much right. Yeah,
that's what's up. See, and I could tell just off of the different play calls that you were making. You know, doing fake passes fake handoffs to Trinity. And then, just like somebody quarterback going on the boot, Superman just standing there in the air, just floating, just looking for somebody to throw to. And I mean, it's just the picture that we are able to create for people while this is going on. I'm in here having I'm in my mind having a cinematic experience every time we play. I mean, just think of the sight of a Spinosaurus snatching Superman out of the air, sending him in the other direction, and then snatching the ball from him and defecating upon the field. That right there, that's legendary. It's straight gold. And all you hear after the defecation happens, you hear a phone ringing. I'm telling you, Jurassic Park 3, it's real. It's happening. We make it closer. It's amazing. And one of my favorite picks, the ones that I was jealous of, I must say, Water was great. But then, Dracula was able to overcome that. So that was wonderful. But just being able to go the back and forth with our creativity and see how we can counteract certain plays makes me actually want to just go ahead and dive into Dungeons and Dragons and become the greatest barbarian the world's ever known. I mean, you can't even see it. There it is.
Dude,
that's what she said.
I've got to learn. I'm really considering. Once I can figure out how to become a DM and just work on my skills on it, I will be running us a DM or us a
D&D campaign. Let's do it.
Great.
Are we going to Mordor Fest?
See, Don wants to do a Star Wars one.
Can we actually have Star Wars going to Mordor?
We could. We literally could. You could bring Star Wars and Lord of the Rings together. Somebody's happy about that.
I will work with this idea. I just got to figure out now, how does Skywalker not just cut through Mordor in one fell swipe with that lightsaber? I just got to figure that one out. Sorry, I can't work around that lore. Even dice don't fix that. You're slicing through anything.
Unless Saruman casts a spell that makes his lightsaber become just a normal sword. That way he can't just cut through anything. See that right there, the back and forth.
You might be able to help me create the story, sir.
Then let's create the story. I'm telling you, man. Darth Vader has to fight the ghost of Isildur.
The creativity, just that can spark an entire thing. You guys give one piece of information, and I see the way each one of you in the game will work off of it and feed off of that play. You guys will make callbacks from the beginning of the game, and I'm just oh, what? How did they remember that? They're in the middle of this shit.
Right.
It's just great to see, guys. Like, honestly.
But I will never forget whenever I tried to do a 2-man tackle on Mo, and he's like, "Wait, can he do that?" And he was like about to have a heart attack because
like the one person, it's like, dude, make sure you learn the rules. But no, he can't. He can't. But no.
I must say, actually, one of my favorite picks again. I just respect the hell out of Anthony's team. It's the fact that he picked Hannibal Lecter as a defensive lineman, and he's in the pit just eating folks. Like,
he's smart. Anthony is smart about it. He'll wait until like the very end or like the middle of the game to finally bring Lecter out, and you're just like, "That's
where's the fava beans and the nice Beyonce?"
Closer. Hannibal's the closer of it.
I'm like, no, he's just nomming fool.
I mean, he sees a big toe and he just gets to eating.
It's wild because like when I drafted the team, man, literally, I had a list and like as we went through the draft, it just like none of the players that I had on the list really got picked. I mean, obviously, if Josh had went before me, you would have got the bloater before I did, of course. But like as I went through the list, it was crazy. But that's one of the best parts of this thing is literally somebody who has never watched it before might come in here and they'll be like, "Yo, what is this?" And watch, "Oh, this is entertaining." And then at fucking, right there at the end of the third quarter, fucking, I'll be like, "Yo, it's Hannibal Lecter jumped up, bit his leg off, he fumbled." I'm like, "Hannibal Lecter? Fuck Hannibal Lecter doing here?" And one of my boys, I was in the military when I sent him the list of my team, and he was like, "Damn, Kratos and Hannibal Lecter? What the fuck, man?" Like he was just like, "Yo," like I was like, "That's the team." But yeah, that's one of the best parts about it is just the apps. You know what I mean? Like you could just use whoever you want, and the points is cool because it makes you think about what you're doing.
Yes.
And actually the extra points you give on game day are the points that are the most crucial to the game, because the regular points, you'll get used to that mid-season. You'll already have that knowledge, but the extra points that you add in are the ones that make a difference, man. It's dope.
And like that's the crazy thing too, is when Don and I first created the game, we didn't have those points like set up yet. Like it was just a basic dice roll, whoever wins, and like that was the play. And it was just it was fun, don't get me wrong, but there was no strategy, there was no like really back and forth to it. It was just literally luck. And when we showed the game to Frenchie, it took that. I could see that man mid-game because he was the first set of games. It was him and Soda. They were the first match, and I could see the wheels turning in his head as he was playing it. And he gave us the feedback at the end of it, and he just was really helpful with the entire thing. He just came up with the point systems, and then we worked on it together at that point. And then we said, Don and I were thinking about it, and we needed maybe some more points to help out, even it out, but maybe not give it to them right away. And I think doing the 7 at first and the 5 after was probably one of the smartest things we did. And it was just absolutely insane to actually see you guys. It took a second, but now we're 2 games in, and I can see you guys actually being strategic with it, understanding the fatigue, being a little bit more useful with the rules, and maybe some of the extra things that you guys have, like the audibles, huddles, all of that stuff, and it's been absolutely great. Oh God, these two guys.
$300 million budget.
Hey, yo.
But I do want to say this, though. Frenchie is great whenever it comes down to his numbers and stuff like that, trying to put stuff together. That's one thing I have to say about him. He's like, basically, I put him on the list of like the number 23 with Jim Carrey, putting all these, like being obsessed with the number 23 and then also Maybe I would even put him down as Rain Man in the sense where he's basically doing all these numbers and configurations.
Look, he's like, yo, don't let him hear you say that because he'll be like,
now is your demise.
yeah.
But
he was
Fuzzy is
actually,
fantastic.
yeah, he was the early meetings that I had with you guys as far as putting us together. He was very helpful because it seemed as though like when you and Don, of course, you guys created it and had grasped the idea and were still formulating it. It seemed as though he understood a lot of what you guys were doing, and so like he was still able to. Because the first meeting I had with you guys, I remember John had to bounce, and I took over his team, and I played with it, for a half or whatever, to get it. But he's pretty helpful. Yeah,
it was just, I think the me and Don were a bit too close to it at first, and we were just because I was thinking about it, and I was like, do we have to have everyone with a character sheet for each player? That would be so many character sheets. That would be too fucking complicated. And like I kept thinking of it just as a D&D aspect.
Yeah.
I think that's where I was getting held up with. And Don was just going off of my ideas and trying to help, like just sort it out. And it just, we were just way too close for it. And then I think Frenchie seeing it from the outside looking in, it just helped expand the game so much, and to, like I said, again, to see where it is now. I mean,
it's simplified.
Yes,
it's simplified. It's easy to follow, and the rules and guidelines too is perfect. I mean, there's nothing complicated about any of the rules and regulations that you guys had set up. I have ADD, and I'm able to follow it just fine. So I'm just letting you guys know I do have ADD, but it's perfect for me.
It works.
Oh God! All right, these guys are just getting away in this private.
I mean, I must say
the Damoning,
the Damoning. That's going to be a movie. I'm telling you, man. The Damoning. We're doing it. Matt.
Y'all see, we were. This is a little bit off topic, but on my show earlier, yesterday they were talking about seeing the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I was like, yo, if I have time, but my priority this weekend is fucking Air. I'm seeing Air. I am that dude. I'm a fan of just the story of making George and the director and everybody involved in that entire movie. Give me all of that. If I have time to see Mario, I'll see it this weekend. But other than that,
I do want to see Air, to be honest with you. That's actually looks like it's fire right there.
I see it so bad.
Oh yeah. I was like falling asleep. I was on the phone with my brother. I'm trying to go through these tickets, and I'm falling asleep. I'm like, listen, I'm either going to see 1001 with Tiana Taylor, which looks really good.
Yeah.
Or I was going to see Air. But I was telling I was going to take my sister to the movies, and I was like, hey, let's go see the Tiana Taylor movie. She said, all right, fine, cool. So then I realized that when I was looking at the times, I was actually looking at the times for Air and not No Country for Old. And not looking at the time. And so we just didn't end up going. Then I was thinking about Super Mario, but then I was like, man, I'm tired. I just
I feel you.
I was like, screw it. We can go get Rita's. And we didn't.
Hey, go get some Rita's, man.
I'm telling you, man. We didn't though. We actually ended up going to Chili's and having a great time at Chili's. I mean,
nice.
Listen, Chili's is great. Jason, there's something you clearly want to say, but I have a question for you, sir.
God, what?
Out of with the three of us, right? We're right here, and you be honest with us.
Yeah.
What is your favorite pick from each team?
Okay.
I like
specifically
that.
Starting with him.
Kratos. I mean, I am an Xbox fan through and through, but God of War, one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I got you.
I honestly can't wait for you to use him a bit more because I'm like, yo, he's gonna have that fucking dude because I think he's your linebacker, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, he's gonna have that fucking dude like snatching a ball with those fucking swords and shit.
Like, chaos,
like I'm like, that was probably one of my favorite picks on your team. John, obviously, it's Cartman. Cartman is it's just the creativeness, and the drive you have behind the character. Like, honestly, the whole Katniss thing, it's been fucking hysterical.
Thank you.
Like, we talk about it days afterwards. It's great. And I think for Josh, it would have to be the Spino. Again, the plays that you, first off, I didn't think a dinosaur would make it on the field. I'll tell you that right now. I definitely, like, there were lists of things I thought was going to get picked. A dinosaur was not one of them, honestly. Like, you guys picked so many obscure fucking picks that I was like, you guys left so many obvious ones on the table.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the things. Look, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I didn't even pick anybody from just because I thought that it was
That's
gonna
what
be.
I'm saying. Luke Skywalker was an alternate. I was losing myself inside. I was like, oh. The Star Wars nerd was like, yo, no one. Can we get a Yoda pick, please? A Yoda for safety. A Yoda for safety.
I think that's probably what it was. Was it like when I made my list? I was like, yeah, when it gets down to these quantum of death. The two Davids. Oh shit.
And I'm gonna say wrap up that statement, and we're gonna wrap up this shit. So, because this is getting insane. Oh my god.
Oh man, no, this was. I love this. It's a great
guys.
league.
Like, honestly, again, I've said it at the beginning of this, but thank you guys so fucking much. Like, it would not be where it is today without you guys playing it and us working on it. Like, it has been so much fucking fun. I hope you guys and the people watching have all had a fucking amazing time, and I hope we can continue to create like such amazing content for these guys. Guys, Josh, let the people know where they can find you.
Oh, you can probably find me somewhere goofing off in this private chat here. You can. You can find me at the Damon King in replacement of the Lion King. Check me out on my channel, Midnight Cinema. Got some more trailer reactions dropping over the next several days. I just put out several today. Later on, after I finish here, I'll be having an interview with John. After my interview with John, I will be doing a video of me finally doing To Be or Not to Be, the monologue from Hamlet. I cannot wait to post it. I'm not even gonna lie, it took about 2 weeks to memorize this thing. Only because of work and everything else in between. But I got it down packed. I'm ready to go. So find me on Instagram at the Midnight Cinema 41. Find me on Twitter at the Outlawed Mind. You can find me in the Facebook group, Benverse and Multiverse of Geekdom. I'm here doing weekly Geekdom shorts. Got to get back on that. It's been a weird week. And you can find me here on Sundays with Geekdom. My God. I'm not going to lie. This private chat's amazing. I mean, seriously, look. The Good, the Bad, and the Damon. That's another one. And I didn't even type it yet. High Plains Damon. I don't know.
You can find him at the Midnight Damon.
John, where can they find you?
Okay, you guys can go on ahead and find me at Movie Loves Unite. I have a podcast. Matter of fact, I just released True Romance, and that does not star Matt Damon, but there's going to be a sequel called True Damon instead of True Romance.
Now, if Matt Damon doesn't get picked next season, I'm fighting all of you.
I walk among the Damons. Anyways, seriously. But yeah, you guys can follow me at Movie Loves Tonight. I actually dropped, like I said, True Romance, the audio thing. I'm actually editing my Almost Famous review that I did with Soda. So I'm going to be dropping that probably Monday. But other than that, that's everything I have going on at Movie Loves Tonight.
Anthony, how about yourself, man?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube. Just search for the ACS Universe, on every other form of social media at 2279 ACS. And yeah, just tune in to today's show. Normally Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday about 5:30 p.m. EST. I get on there and talk about 30 minutes, just about whatever news came out any particular day. Yeah, on Mondays when you drop that fire, you know what I'm saying? The Titans of the Turf, you catch me there too.
All right, guys, and as always, I am Padawan Frito. You can find me here on the Multiverse of Geekdom on my gaming show on Thursdays. Gaming in the Multiverse. You can find me on Jedi Academy on Friday, but we are doing a special live stream on Monday for Star Wars Celebration, so please check that out. It actually should be coming out later today when this actually airs. Mm-hmm. And then you can also find me on Geekdom, our Sunday show.
Yeah.
That show. I can't think of the name. And Titans of the Turf, obviously.
Yeah.
Guys, again, it has been absolutely amazing. Appreciate all you guys watching and everyone that has played the games, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Sure. Let's find my podcast. It was midnight.